What is going on, Summoners? We're back here today with another Champion Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about Dust. So, sit back and relax, because it's time to get into it. Dust enters the contest with a sentient storm, granting her immunity to all bleed, poison, and shock effects. Also, her light and heavy attacks don't make contact with the opponent. And if her opponent has the willpower mastery active, it is removed. Now, when Dust performs a well-timed block, incoming attacks have a 100% chance to glance. While defending, this triggers on any blocked hit against basic attacks. And whenever the opponent or their block is struck by a medium attack, or has a hit glance, they're inflicted with a sand debuff for 6 seconds. Additionally, punishing a heavy or special attack with a light or medium inflicts 2 sand debuffs. As an attacker, her light attacks purify her most recent personal debuff on the opponent. And when the opponent purifies a debuff, she inflicts 1 indefinite sand passive and deals a burst of damage. If it was a sand debuff, she'll inflict 3 sand passives instead. But inflicting Dust with an incinerate or plasma effect crystallizes her sand, removing 1 sand effect from her opponent. Now, as an attacker, when Dust performs a heavy attack, she spins up a sandstorm for 16 seconds. And when this happens, Dust removes all sand effects on the opponent and gains a 3.5% passive prowess for each sand removed, lasting until the sandstorm ends. While active, instead of inflicting additional sand effects, she gains a prowess and a 3% potency power efficiency passive for 8 seconds. Her light attacks pause these passives for 0.3 seconds. Additionally, while the sandstorm is active, her opponent is dealt physical damage every second. This damage scales with base attack only, but is reduced by 60% while the opponent is blocking. Sandstorm is paused during the opponent's special attacks and expires 50% slower during her special attacks. Also, as an attacker, the opponent's basic attacks have a 60% chance to glance when hitting her block, and she gains a grit passive. Sandstorm and its prowess effects are not affected by ability accuracy modification, and once it expires, it goes on cooldown for 8 seconds. However, while defending, when her opponent reaches 4 sand effects, she spins up a sandstorm for 8 seconds with no cooldown. Now, let's check out her special attacks. Each hit of her special 1 inflicts sand debuffs on the opponent for 6 seconds. These can be inflicted through block. With the special 2, the final 3 hits inflict physical vulnerability debuffs for 20 seconds. If these are purified, they are replaced with passive versions with 50% increased potency. Additionally, if the sandstorm is active, the final hit inflicts a stun passive for 2 seconds. The Special 3. This special spins up a sandstorm for 22 seconds, which doesn't have a cooldown. And while this is active, whenever Dust would inflict a sand effect, she also deals a burst of physical damage. Also, this special does not consume power. However, it can't be activated while any sandstorm is active. Now, let's check out her signature ability. When awakened, when either champion's combo meter crosses a multiple of 10, Dust has up to a 100% chance to inflict a sand debuff for 6 seconds. Also, when fighting skill champions, she gains a steadfast passive while Sandstorm is active. And whenever Dust prevents a bleed effect due to her immunity, she has up to a 100% chance to inflict 1 sand debuff on the opponent for 6 seconds. Now, let's see that Sandstorm Rage in the champion rotation. To begin, strike the opponent to start building your sand. You'll inflict debuffs with your medium attacks and purify them into passives with your light attacks. Depending on the opponent before you, mix up your combos to stack up as much sand as you need. You'll inflict extra sand when you make the opponent glance and when you counter their special or heavy attacks. So, keep this rolling as you build towards your special 3. Then, when you're ready to strike, use your heavy to spin up a sandstorm and convert your sand to prowess. Use your special 2 to inflict physical vulnerability, then purify them for some extra potency. And if they aren't already knocked out, take advantage of your power efficiency passives to close out the fight as needed. Now, if you're up against an opponent who naturally purifies lots of debuffs, stack on as many as you can, and watch those sand passives hit the cap in no time at all. And hey, if you need some extra juice, you could use your special 3 to spin up a longer sandstorm without consuming power. Then, keep on launching those specials, and enjoy the big yellow numbers until the sandstorm comes. Just make sure you watch the opponent's power. Thank you for watching this Champion Deep Dive for Dust! And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And remember, we'll see you in the battle realm!